got it, I got it, I got it, got it. Ooh. What's going on, everybody? It's Chris with Committed 3D Tech here. We have some really fun stuff to do today. You read the title right. This past week, I built my own Helium Hotspot. I'll be completely honest, this was probably the most difficult DIY project I have ever done in my life. Even though the Rack Wireless Developers Gate came assembled, the Linux coding and the setup for this was just extremely difficult to do. Now, some of you might be wondering, why would I want to build my own Helium Hotspot? And the simple answer is, number one, getting your hotspots directly from Helium is a little bit more expensive. Now, I will say, after doing this myself, I understand completely why Helium charges what they charge for them. They're probably not making any money off of what they're selling them for. And it's because not only the parts, but also custom parts that go into it and the time it takes to assemble them and install all of the software, it takes time. So I found that buying the Helium Hotspot is actually a really good value. The reason you would probably want to make your own, even though Helium has recently shipped some, they're still selling them. And as soon as I got the parts to do this project, they announced their partnership with Rack Wireless that they were going to allow people to buy a third-party Helium miner all set up. You can onboard it in minutes, just like the normal Helium Hotspot. All of them sold out within hours. And so now, even if you went that route, you would still have to wait until December of 2020 for them to ship. So that's the biggest issue, is the time. It takes a long time to get one of these if you're just finding out what Helium is. And for those of you who don't know what the Helium Hotspot is, in a nutshell, Helium is building a network based on long-fi, which is radio signals that carry data. It provides a low-cost, peer-to-peer built data network for IoT devices. We're really doing amazing things. I'll tag links down in the description if you want to learn more about the Helium Hotspot if you don't already know. But for this video, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the most user-friendly version that I have found. I'm going to give you my tips and tricks on how to make the process a lot easier, because I actually started over on this project 4 times to make sure that I did it right. And so I'm going to share with you my tips and tricks. Now, of course, if you're looking for just investing in crypto rather than building your own device like this, I really suggest going with crypto.com. You get the Ruby Red Visa. All you have to do is stake 1,000 CRO tokens. They're roughly 15 cents right now per token. So less than 150 bucks to stake for this card. You get lots of rewards. You're able to spend your crypto really fast. And you and I both get $50 worth of CRO tokens absolutely free if you use my referral link. So that'll be down in the description. But of course, Helium has made me a lot of money. So far, I've only invested in buying the parts for this project, and I've gotten 3 hotspots for free because I was a part of the original referral program. And so I have made over $5,000 just from this alone, with maybe $300 invested in. Now, obviously, my results are going to be different than yours because I got my hotspots for free. I got them when they were mining a lot more HNT. And I've been doing it for just a lot longer than you will have been if you start from when you watched this video. You always have to use your brain, weigh the pros and cons, and do your research before you invest in anything. That's what I do, and that's what I suggest all of my viewers do as well. Also, can you believe it? We're almost at 10,000 subscribers. And like I've said before, I'm gonna do a considerably sized giveaway once I hit 10,000 subscribers. So I need suggestions on what to give away. I've already thought of things like giving away cryptocurrency, a rack device to build your own Helium Hotspot miner. I'm also in the process of getting Committed 3D Tech swag, but I need more suggestions. So comment down below, what would you like to see for the 10,000 subscriber giveaway? We're approaching it very quickly, so let me know down in the comments. Other than that, make sure you smash the like button for me, and let's get to the content. All right, so the very first thing, you're gonna wanna purchase the hardware, which you can do one of 2 ways. You can either buy the individual parts, which is gonna save you a little bit of money. I'll tag links for those down in the description, but the problem is then you have to put it all together yourself. If you get it directly from rack, you can get what's called a gate developer. And so I actually got the rack 7244, which is a Raspberry Pi with the rack 2245 already installed and inside a container. It also does come with a 16 gigabyte SDX card, which I recommend upgrading that. Either way, if you get the individual parts or you get the gate developer, I still suggest getting a 64 gigabyte SD card. It doesn't have to be a specific one. You'll also need a monitor. I just used my TV, in which case if you use your TV, you'll need micro HDMI to HDMI cable. I ended up just getting an adapter, and as you can see here, I ended up with this red screen of death for a considerable amount of time. I couldn't figure out a rhyme or reason to it. I do have a solid cord, so I won't have to use the adapter, and I'm hoping that that fixes the issue. You'll also need a keyboard. I do suggest getting some sort of cooling system, a fan or something. The internal cooling system for the gate developer is not that great. And then of course, you'll either need to be able to connect the Raspberry Pi to either Wi-Fi or Ethernet. Either one is fine. I set it up through the Wi-Fi and I have it plugged into Ethernet just as a backup because my Wi-Fi is kind of spotty sometimes. So while Helium does have a page for how to build your own hotspot, it isn't super intuitive, so it is a little bit difficult to read. I hopped over to the DIY Hotspot Builder Discord channel and I got so much help from the community there. And so if you're doing this, I highly suggest that. I'll tag a link for that down in the description if you're looking to join that channel just for support, because I'm telling you the community is great when it comes to this. So I will tag a link for this tutorial. There are some changes though, so we're gonna go through that. Now the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna download the Raspberry Pi operating system. Now, if you don't want to use something like Amazon Web Services to run your miner, I highly suggest getting the 64-bit light image that's recommended here. There's a download for it right there. All you're gonna do is you're going to download this image and then you're gonna use Alina Etcher or whatever software you prefer to write the image onto your SD card. Once you have that done, you're gonna want to configure, do your basic Pi configurations. So you're going to SSH into the Raspberry Pi, which basically means I can operate the console of the Raspberry Pi from a different device. Lots of you know I love Apple. My Mac products are way better and way more intuitive than Linux. For a good portion of this, I actually operated the console from my MacBook rather than directly onto the console of the Raspberry Pi. So you set that up, you change the password, you're gonna set up things like your SPI and your IC2, and then you're also gonna set up shell access and serial port hardware, things like that. All of this is in the tutorial, easy to do. After that, you're going to increase the swap file size. This is recommended by Helium. Once again, all in the instructions here. Next, you're gonna update your software. So you're gonna do an update and you're gonna do a sudo apt upgrade. And then also you're gonna install Git and JQ. These are gonna be important because it allows you to download the files that you need to run the miner and the packet forwarder. After that, you're gonna install Docker. Now, this is really important because, like I mentioned with the 64-bit software, Docker is gonna allow you to run the miner directly on the same device rather than using a different device or running the miner on something like Amazon Web Services. So it's gonna save you money because it'll be free to do, and on top of that, it's all within the same device. I did have some trouble figuring this out on my own originally, and so this tutorial really helped me when I was going through and setting it up on the final time. Next, you're gonna set up the miner on the Pi. This is actually really, really simple. You just follow the code here. As you can see right here is where, when you type this code in from quay.io, this is gonna be the actual name of the mining software. Now on this, you can scroll down. You'll see here, there's a link for quay.io. You're simply just gonna click on that and it will tell you what the most recent miner is. Once you've verified that the miner is running, you're next gonna set up the packet forwarder. Now, this is where I say this tutorial is a little bit off. It asks you to download from a different Git file than Helium recommends. And so I recommend using exactly what Helium recommends. So I say go over to the Helium, developer.helium.com, the build a hotspot page. From there, simply just scroll down, installing the Semtech packet forwarder. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna follow these instructions to a T. It's super easy. Exercise the changes, everything like that. And of course, then you're gonna wanna smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm, because that's gonna help a lot. The reason they're doing it this way and not making it easier for us is because they want to make sure that they keep data integrity. They don't want people spoofing and making 1,000 hotspots, because there is a lot of money involved in this. So I'm actually happy that they're keeping things a little bit locked down and not necessarily super easy for us to just make 1 million hotspot miners. The only thing I will say is it would be pretty easy to put out an image all set up without the onboarding steps done. That's one thing where I feel like Helium, y'all should just do that. Make it so that there's a writable image that you can just etch direct onto an SD card. And that way, it's just a lot more simple to get this process going. Now, of course, that issue is gone with the new hotspot miner from Rack Wireless, because it comes all set up. So you don't have to worry about that. One thing they did do though, is they smashed the like button. So at least they fixed that issue. Smash the like button until it turns blue for the YouTube algorithm. But the bottom line is Helium token's price has seen some huge spikes. It went up somewhere close to $4 per Helium token. Unfortunately, I sold my first 5,000 around 85 cents per token. I did make $5,000 or so from that. But I do see a lot larger of an increase of price when it comes to that. Investing in a Helium hotspot is definitely, in my opinion, I would do it 100 times over again. It's been a great return of investment for me. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. Take it for what it's worth, but I've obviously been really successful with it. That's my opinion. Like I said, if this is a little too complicated for you, you're looking for just an easier investment into cryptocurrency, I highly suggest crypto.com. Like I said, if you get the Ruby Red Visa, you stake 1,000 CRO tokens using my referral link, and you and I both get $50 worth of CRO tokens absolutely free. As you can see here, I've made over $850 just from staking my cryptocurrency in the earn feature here. And bottom line is this is increasing at an exponential rate. I'm making roughly $50 a week just for staking my CRO in the platform. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. That way you can be notified when I come out with new videos, including when I do the 10,000 subscriber giveaway. Make sure you comment down below what you want me to give you, because I need suggestions. I am also partnering with a crypto tax service. So I'm going to be reviewing that platform to help get everyone prepped for tax season in 2021. Check out that video so that you can make sure you're in the clear and that Uncle Sam doesn't get you when tax season comes. With all that out of the way, if you haven't already, smash the like button for me. Other than that, I just genuinely appreciate y'all tuning in. My name's Chris with Committed 3D Tech, and we'll catch you next time.